Avis Leeson is 90 years old. In just 8 years, she's created 85 gardens in schools around Waikato and instigated hundreds more around the country. Gardens with fruit, vegetables and flowers. Gardens to teach and to feed. Avis has plenty of passion and plenty of awards, as it turns out. But what Avis doesn't have plenty of is time, and she needs your help. Cameraman Nick Monroe and I paid Avis a visit. In Avis Leeson's home in Hamilton, we find out she's a household name among school students across the region. And this is the Queen's Service Medal, right?
Yep, that's my QSM. I've never worn it, but still.
She received that Queen's Service Medal last October from the Governor-General to go with all her other awards. After a random call to her old primary school in Morrinsville 8 years ago, offering to teach the students how to grow their own food, she inspired a program that has taken root and flourished.
I would do 5 or 7 schools a day, and I would pile my car up with all the plants at 8 o'clock in the morning and tootle off to wherever, all over the town.
Avis couldn't believe that children in Hamilton didn't know where fruit and vegetables came from, and she's convinced they need to eat more of them.
I can never recall ever a time in my life when there were so many problems with children's health. We have all manner of mental disabilities. And I'm sure it's because the brains haven't been fed with the right food at the right time. And you can't start young enough. You know, when they first get onto their solids, if they're getting solids that are grown at home, pure and healthy, the children will blossom. But you teach them nothing if you give them. And so my system is a hand up, not a handout.
And now there's 80-odd schools in the region and 300 countrywide that have taken on her challenge to let kids out of the classrooms to get their hands dirty. But last year, at 89 years old, Avis, who was born with a heart condition, was told by doctors that the end was near.
If you're lucky, you've got 2 weeks to go. And it was like as though he'd poured a bucket of water over my head. A few hours later, I was flat on the ground because my heart would just stop beating every now and again. And I had 3 trips by ambulance in 2 days.
Now, if you had to guess Avis's illness, it wouldn't be a weak heart. And somehow, after surgery and almost a year later, she's still here telling her story.
And then things went to custard, and now I'm finding it very difficult. You see, I've had 10 strokes of different magnitudes, and each time it just takes a little more.
Since losing her driver's licence and due to her decreasing health, Avis hasn't been able to do what she loves most, getting out to schools and passing on her wisdom to the children. So we bundled Avis into the car and paid a visit to the nearby Woodstock Primary School.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm good as gold.
I'm
Long
good.
time no see.
Gosh, it's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Oh my goodness, have we got some little workers here?
And Avis was straight back into it.
Got a big cuddle.
Avis.
Oh, treasure.
Hi, Avis.
The wheat can go in the compost bin, but you've got to take the seed off and throw it in the garbage can.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to grow them, do you?
No.
No.
Will Hode and his friends are in Year 3 and have a class once a week, but they can also tend the garden during lunchtime.
I enjoy really planting all of the flowers because I really like the very vibrant colours that they make when they grow.
Wow. And are you looking forward to actually eating some of this once it's grown?
Yeah, we're gonna do some cooking over the year, and we're gonna cook some of these and eat them.
You've got to wait a bit though, don't you?
Yeah, we've got to wait for them to grow properly and to
It's a
get
game of patience, isn't
Yes.
it? Yes, it's true.
What do you prefer, being in the classroom or being in the garden?
being in the garden.
Would you be here more often than once a week if you were allowed?
Yes.
The teacher in charge of Enviro Schools, Danielle Devoy, says all the pear, feijoa and plum trees here were donated by Avis, and the children have never been keener to learn.
Some children have gardens at home, some children don't, so they all share their knowledge, they pull together and they learn from each other, and I learn from them too, because I'm definitely no expert. I'm just here to guide them and to help them, but it's so nice to see them become passionate about it and to develop their skills that we know that once they leave Woodstock, they'll take to their future schools and to their home.
Plants are just like the rest of us. And we wouldn't go very far if we didn't have a drink of water, would we?
And the whole operation over the best part of a decade hasn't cost Avis one bean.
My effort at their school hasn't cost them 1 cent. I never charged a penny.
But Avis knows she doesn't have much time left. She says she takes it one day at a time and sets little milestones to reach 3 or 4 weeks away. And while visiting Woodstock Primary School, she struck a deal.
What do you think about Avis?
Oh, well, I just think Avis is the bee's knees. Thank you, Avis, for everything that you do for all schools in the community. And without you, we wouldn't have the orchard that we have today. So we really do thank you for everything that you've done and for just being so supportive. But we look forward to continuing this relationship and having you come back in.
Someone from the school will pick her up once a month to visit and attend the class, and that made Avis's day.
I'm so sorry it's been so long since I last visited you. But I'm coming back more often. How's that sound?
Good.
Right. And then we'll be able to get that other garden up and running.
Yeah.
And by the time I get back, maybe next month, cauliflowers and cabbages will be growing like one thing.
But Avis is ambitious and still wants one more thing. She wants to make sure the gardens continue long after she's gone. She's convinced there's a successor out there, and here's the pitch from the master gardener herself.
And it's so easy. All I ask is that if you have 1 hour a week out of your retirement that you would like to share with the young New Zealanders, then please, I'd love you to help us. We need you badly.
There you have it. Get in touch with Checkpoint if you want to respond to Avis and pick up that watering can.